So we're not exactly, we're not the kind of ice that falls out of the sky, right? That's the part that's wrapping up in terms of the freezing rain and the sleet. So we've seen that. That's coming to a close here. What we're talking about is icing on the roadways from wet surfaces. We'll talk about that in a second. First up, though, want to check in with some of our weather watchers. Temperature-wise, we've got a lot of temps in the 30s, but want to show you some of these pictures because a couple of our weather watchers have really sort of captured what's going on. So let's take Daniel's picture, for example, and this one, he sent that to us just 20 minutes ago. And so this kind of says it all, right? So depending on where you are, if you were in or around New York City, you may have just seen some rain, so not much to look at. But Daniel, so take a look. He's got the snow-covered branches here, the snow-covered ground. So for some, it does look a little bit like a winter wonderland this morning. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside here in the city, where you can see we've got the raindrops on the lens there. So we are talking about some rain, right? We're still seeing that. It's not completely done with us, this system. So still a chance for some rain out there today. We'll call it light rain at the moment, 37 degrees, winds out of the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. As far as our headlines, we continue with this messy morning, although it's starting to taper off. Once this system pulls away, the problem is on the backside of this area of low pressure, it draws in some incredibly cold air, so our temperatures that will be fairly mild this morning, they crash, and that will lead to some rapid freezing. Currently, we're looking at 37 degrees in Rye, 40 in Woodmere, 48 for Red Bank, 42 for Orient Point, and a cold 29 in Sussex, New Jersey. As we broaden out, though, you'll notice a couple of things. We've got 2 below in Ottawa, 8 degrees in Buffalo, and this is the air that we'll be tapping into on the backside of that area of low pressure. So your vortex satellite and radar shows a couple of things. Huge dry slot, right? So this always lets us know, we're starting to see this system winding down. We are still looking at some moderate and heavy rain, especially across Long Island, down the Jersey Shore, and also still looking at some frozen precipitation in some of our northern counties. So that's a little bit of light snow, light sleet, and freezing rain. But what happens is this system continues to pull away, and as it does, 2 things happen. One is it takes the moisture with it, and as I mentioned, there's this incredibly cold air that we'll be tapping into on the backside of this system. So here's how the Futurecast sees this playing out over the next couple of hours. By noon, things are really clearing up for most of the area. Areas east of the city still dealing with those lingering showers, but by 3 p.m., I would say this system is done for us as far as dropping moisture. Then our temperatures and our winds become the issue. So even though we started this day with some heavy rain and in some cases some heavy snow, temperatures mild, 47 degrees. We should hit that around noon. What happens is those temperatures fall very quickly. We'll see wind gusts 35 miles an hour or higher potentially. So temperatures go from 45 degrees roughly at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the rain ending. At 4 p.m., we're talking 32 degrees. By 7 p.m., 24 degrees. And by 10 p.m., we are down to 17 degrees. That means that if the roadways or walkways are wet and untreated, we will see ice developing. At the same time, the winds pick up. Not so much New York City and surrounding areas or Long Island, but every place here in blue, a wind chill advisory. Places in pink, a wind chill warning. So things become dangerously cold and windy overnight. You wake up on Monday, it's a holiday, but 13 below, that's what it will feel like in the city. It'll feel like 28 below in Monticello. So your Martin Luther King Jr. Day, very, very cold, 15 degrees. It will feel like it's between 0 and 10 below. That's at the warmest part of the day. And take a look. Here's your 7-day forecast. We get rid of this system, but again, the cold and ice become an issue. Even for your Tuesday, people head back to work or school. We'll see the sunshine, but it still won't be warm. The high just 28 degrees.